And moving on, in the aftermath of its 12-day war with Israel, Iran is facing a new kind of fire, this time from within. A political inferno has erupted as hardliners and reformists lock horns over the future of the Islamic Republic. Last month's Israeli and US strikes not only took out senior military figures and damaged Iran's nuclear sites, they also exposed the fault lines in Tehran's corridors of power. In the weeks since the ceasefire was agreed on the 24th of June, hardline conservatives have emerged from their wartime silence, blasting Reformist President Masoud Pezeshkian for even suggesting a return to diplomacy with the US. On the 15th of July, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian urged the nation to look at the past with a critical eye. On social media, President Pezeshkian wrote that the window for diplomacy is open, a window that apparently the hardliners would rather shut and bolt. But what really set off the firestorm was the president's interview with the American conservative journalist Tucker Carlson, where he softened the notorious Death to America slogan, calling it symbolic. That was enough for some 24 hardline lawmakers to pounce. One conservative lawmaker even warned of parliamentary shift of approach, which many observers interpreted as a thinly veiled threat of impeachment. Another lawmaker suggested the president to be unfit for office, accusing him of whitewashing the United States despite the recent war. Hardliners claim the war proved their point, that talking to America doesn't stop the bombs, but reformists warn that such rigidity invites only isolation, or worse, another war. A cleric on state TV even used a fatwa to launch a fundraising campaign, putting a bounty on Donald Trump. It has reportedly raised at least $40 million so far, meaning that in the hardline mainstream, diplomacy is off the table, and vengeance, with the infamous Death to America rallying cry, is back in vogue. Still, the Iranian reformists aren't backing down. Last week, 200 economists and former officials urged Pezeshkian to reform domestic governance, re-engage with the West, and to combat corruption. Now, the former Prime Minister, Mir-Hossein Mousavi, under house arrest since 2011, called for a national referendum to rewrite Iran's political contract. But the real power, the Iranian Revolutionary Guards and Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, remains silent. Ali Khamenei, now 86, has been seen in public just once since the conflict. Meanwhile, several political prisoners are being slapped with fresh sentences, making one thing clear. While the reformists may have ideas, the hardliners still hold the keys.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka joke.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.